Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Mahanti and you are watching Padarth Vigyan. So students, welcome to lecture number 4 of the chapter Electrostatic Potential and Capacitance. In this lecture, we will derive a relation between electric field and electric potential. So students, in chapter 1, we have discussed about electric field, which is a vector quantity, and we know that to how to calculate the electric field due to a point charge, due to a line charge, due to a charged spherical shell, and due to a plane charge sheet. In chapter 2, we had discussed about electric potential, which is a scalar quantity, and we had already discussed about how to calculate the electric potential due to a point charge and due to a dipole. So now let us establish a relationship between these two quantities, electric field and electric potential. So let's get started. So students, suppose assume that we have a positive point charge plus q at the point O, and at a distance r from it I have another point A. Now tell me, if the distance between O and A is r, then tell me what is the value of electric field at the point A. Electric field at A, electric field at point A is given by E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square, and we know that for a positive charge electric field is directed away from the charge. So the direction will be along OA. The direction will be along OA. So E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Now if at this point A, if I place a test charge q naught, then this test charge q naught will experience a repulsive force. And what is the value of that repulsive force? F vector is equal to q naught into E vector, because we know that when a charge is placed at a point having some electric field, then the force acting on it is equal to charge times electric field. So F vector is equal to q naught into E vector, and we know that test charge is always positive, and a positive charge experiences force along the direction of electric field. So since electric field is towards right, then force is also towards right. Due to this force F vector equal to q naught E vector, the test charge will be displaced. It will go away from the source charge. Suppose it is displaced from point A to another point B, such that this displacement is dr vector. This displacement is dr vector. The test charge q naught is displaced from A to B by a small amount dr, and you can see that the displacement dr vector is directed along the direction of force, means force and displacement are along the same direction. Now tell me, what is the work done by this electric force to displace the test charge from A to B by a small displacement dr? So the work done dW is equal to F dot dr. Work done dW equal to F dot dr, and here force and displacement are along the same direction, so I can write F dr cos 0, that is equal to F dr. What is F? F is q naught E, so I can write q naught E dr as the small amount of work done by the electric force to displace the test charge q naught from A to B. Okay, this is one expression for the work done. Now students, tell me what is the formula for the potential due to a point charge. We know that electric potential at a distance r from a point charge is given by this formula, V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Is that clear? For a positive charge electric potential is positive, and for a negative charge the potential is negative. So if we compare the 2 points A and B, you can see that point A is closer to the charge plus q, and point B is slightly at a large distance from the charge plus q. So if the value of distance is more, then potential will be less. So if you compare A and B, then it is clear that the potential at the point A is definitely greater than the potential at the point B. If I say that the potential at point A is equal to VA is equal to V, then the potential at the point B will be definitely less than V. And since the 2 points A and B are separated by a small distance dr, the difference in potential between the 2 points is also small. So I can write that the potential at the point B is equal to V minus dV, V minus dV, where dV is the small decrease in potential when we are moving from A to B, because we have chosen that the 2 points A and B are separated by a small distance dr. So due to the small change in position, the potential will also change by a small amount. We also know that when a charge is moved from one point to another point, then the work done is equal to Q naught into delta V. So also we know that work done or dW is equal to Q naught into delta V. And what is delta V? Delta V is the change in potential, means delta V is equal to potential of the final point minus potential of the initial point. So here A is the initial point and B is the final point, that is equal to Q naught. What is VB? VB is V minus dV. And what is VA? VA is V. So V minus V will cancel, you will get minus Q naught into dV. So this is the value of the small amount of work done to displace the charge Q naught from A to B. So if you equate these two expressions, dW equal to Q naught E dr and dW equal to minus Q naught dV, then you can write that Q naught E into dr is equal to minus Q naught into dV. So Q naught will cancel, and you can write that E is equal to minus dV by dr. E equal to minus dV by dr. So this is the relation between the electric field and the potential gradient. Is that clear? Now we have to understand what is the meaning of this quantity minus dV by dr. So students, tell me what is the meaning of dV? dV means the small change in potential. dV means the small change in potential. And what is dr? dr is the small change in position. Small change in position. Is that clear? So when the position changes, then the potential also changes. So dV by dr means what? The change in potential with respect to the change in position. And this quantity dV by dr is known as the potential gradient. The quantity dV by dr is known as potential gradient. So remember that the meaning of the term gradient means the change in some quantity with respect to position. We know that electric field is a function of position and electric potential is also a function of position. So when the position changes, then definitely the potential changes, and dV by dr is known as potential gradient. And what is electric field? Electric field is equal to minus dV by dr. So we can say that electric field is the negative of electric field is the negative of potential gradient. Negative of potential gradient at a given point. At a given point. So students, now we will understand this expression with more details. So we know that dr means the change in the position of the point. So we know that the position vector of a point means r vector. Let me change the color here. Okay. We know that r vector is equal to I cap x plus j cap y plus k cap z. In the three-dimensional space, r vector can be written as I cap x plus j cap y plus k cap z. This is in case of three dimension. But if we are in xy plane, then r vector can be written as I cap x plus j cap y. This is in case of xy plane. And similarly, if we are in yz plane, then r vector can be written as j cap y plus k cap z. This is in yz plane. And similarly, if we are in xz plane, then r vector is equal to I cap x plus k cap z. This is in case of xz plane. And similarly, we may find a point along x-axis or along y-axis or along z-axis. If we are along x-axis, then r vector is equal to I cap x only along x-axis. Means the point is displaced or the charge is displaced along x-axis or only along y-axis or only along z-axis. Means the position changes only along a given axis. So r vector is equal to j cap y when we are talking about only along y-axis. And similarly, r vector is equal to k cap z when we talk about only along z-axis. Is that clear? So we will discuss about the value of dr in all these cases. Okay. So in the first case, dr vector is equal to I cap dx plus j cap dy plus k cap dz. Similarly, in the second case, dr vector will be equal to I cap dx plus j cap dy. In the third case, dr vector equal to j cap dy plus k cap dz. In the fourth case, dr vector equal to I cap dx plus k cap dz. In the fifth case, dr vector equal to I cap dx. In the second case, in the sixth case, this one, dr vector equal to j cap dy, and in the last case, dr vector equal to k cap dz. So when we talk about dr vector, means the change in the position vector, we may consider the 3D space, we may consider the change in position in a given plane, or we may consider the change in position along a given axis. Is that clear? So potential is a scalar quantity. It has no component along x-axis or y-axis or z-axis, but the potential is a function of position. It is a function of some coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate, or only xy, only yz, only xz, or only x, only y, or only z. But electric field is a vector quantity. It has some component along x-axis, it has some component along y-axis, it has some component along z-axis. If we are talking about 3D space. In 2D space, it has component along any two axes, either xy, yz or xz. And when you talk about only one dimension, the electric field has only one component, either along x-axis or along y-axis or along z-axis. So in all these cases, how to find the electric field from that formula? So we got that E vector is equal to minus dV by dr. So this potential V is a function of x, it may be a function of all these coordinates x, y and z. So if the potential is given as a function of all these three coordinates, then how to find electric field? So the x component of electric field is given by the partial differentiation of potential with respect to the x coordinate. The y component of electric field is equal to the partial differentiation of potential with respect to the y coordinate, and the z component of electric field is equal to the minus of partial differentiation of the z coordinate. Sorry, partial differentiation of the potential with respect to the z coordinate. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of this partial differentiation. What is the difference between dV and del V? Okay. So if Ex is this much, Ey is this much and Ez is this much, then the total electric field will be how much? I cap Ex plus J cap Ey plus K cap Ez. So now let us understand how to do the partial differentiation. Suppose at a given point or in a given space, the potential is given as this function 3x square minus 4y square plus 7z to the power 3. Is that clear? Means the potential is a function of all the coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. And the question is calculate electric field at the point 1, minus 2, 3. Calculate electric field at this point 1, minus 2 and 3. So first write the equation. V is equal to 3x square minus 4y square plus 7z to the power 3. You can see that the potential is a function of x coordinate. This term involves the x coordinate, this term involves the y coordinate and this term involves z coordinate. Now first I have to find Ex, the x component of electric field. Ex is how much? Minus del V by del x. Is that clear? So when you are doing the partial differentiation with respect to x coordinate, it means you have to assume that this y coordinate and z coordinate are constant. Assume that y coordinate is not changing, z coordinate is not changing, only the variable is x. So when you do the differentiation with respect to x, don't look at the y term and the z term. So you can write that minus del by del x of only the x component or only the x coordinate. So this will be how much? This will be minus into, it will be 6x. So del V by del x or minus del V by del x will be how much? It will be minus 6x. Similarly, when you are finding Ey, Ey is equal to minus del V by del y. So when you are doing the partial differentiation of potential with respect to y coordinate, you have to assume that the x part and the z part are constants. Only look at the y term in this expression. Means we have to differentiate the term minus 4y square. Minus 4y square. So minus minus will be plus. So we have 2 into, taking 4 outside, you will get 2y here. So the answer is 8 into y. And what is Ez? Minus del V by del z. So minus del by del z of, only consider the z part, that is 7z to the power 3. Assume that x and y are constant. So it will be how much? Minus 21 z square, minus 21 z square. If you have an idea about differentiation, then you can easily find it. So we have got Ex, Ey and Ez. Is that clear? Okay. So what is electric field? Electric field is equal to I cap Ex plus J cap Ey plus K cap Ez. So I cap, what is Ex? Ex is minus 6x plus J cap Ey, what is Ey? 8y plus K cap Ez, what is Ez? Minus 21 z square. Now the question is, you have to find electric field at this point 1, minus 2 and 3, means x is 1, y is minus 2 and z is 3. So you have to just put 1 in place of x, minus 2 in place of y and 3 in place of z. So just put it I cap into minus 6 into x is 1 plus j cap into 8 into y is minus 2 and then plus k cap into minus 21 into z square. Z is 3, so 3 square. So it will be minus 6 I cap and 8 into minus 2 will be minus 16, minus 16 j cap, and this will be 3 square 9, 9 into 21 189. It will be minus 189 k cap. Is that clear? And if you want to take the minus sign common, you'll get 6 I cap plus 16 j cap plus 189 k cap, and you can write the unit as Newton per coulomb. So this is the this is the method to find electric field at a given point if you know the variation of potential with the position, or you know the dependence of potential on the coordinates of the point. So hopefully you have understood how to find the electric field if you have given the expression for potential in terms of x, y and z. So again look at I have written the unit of electric field as Newton per coulomb, because electric field is defined as the force acting per unit positive charge. But from this formula E equal to minus dV by dr, from this formula we can have another unit of electric field. So dV has unit volt and dr is displacement, has unit meter. So volt per meter is also the unit of electric field. So remember that electric field has two units. The first one is Newton per coulomb, or you can write volt per meter. So these are the two units of electric field intensity, Vm inverse or volt per meter. Okay, so now we will discuss about some other expression. So E equal to minus dV by dr. So I have no space left here. Okay, I can change the page. Okay, there is no space available. Okay, so let me change the page and come back again. Okay, so we got that E is equal to minus dV by dr. You may ask me that electric field is a vector quantity, but on the right side we don't have any vector symbol. Then how is it possible? So in vector form, I can write that E vector is equal to minus dV by dr vector, because dr is the displacement. It is a vector quantity, not a scalar quantity. So E vector is equal to minus dV by dr vector. That implies dV is equal to minus E dot dr. E vector dot dr vector. Remember that vectors can be multiplied in two ways, as dot product or as cross product. But we cannot write E vector cross dr vector, because the result is potential difference and this is a scalar quantity. We know that the dot product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. So we must give the dot symbol here. So dV equal to minus E dot dr. It means when there is a small change in position, there is a small change in potential. So if I integrate dV, then I have to integrate this quantity minus E dot dr. So integration of dV is equal to minus of integration of E dot dr. And here the limits will be r1 vector to r2 vector, means the initial position vector is r1 vector and finally the vector is r2 vector. And suppose at this position r1 vector the potential is v1 and at r2 vector the position is v2. So the limits of dv or the potential will be from v1 to v2. Now integration of dv will be v. The limits are from v1 to v2 is equal to minus of r1 vector to r2 vector E dot dr. That implies v2 minus v1 is equal to minus r1 vector to r2 vector E dot dr. Is that clear? And suppose assume that initially, if we assume that initially the initial position is considered to be at infinity, if r1 vector is equal to infinity, then at infinity the potential is 0. So v1 is the potential corresponding to the initial position r1 vector. If we choose r1 vector is equal to infinity, then v1 will be 0. So in that case I can put v1 equal to 0 and let us say v2 equal to v. Let us say v2 equal to v. So v is equal to, here in place of v2 I will put v and v1 is 0. So v equal to minus infinity to r E dot dr. I have written r2 vector equal to r. When r1 is at infinity, then I can choose r2 vector is equal to r, which is at a finite distance, and when r1 is infinity, v1 is 0 and I will choose v2 as v. So v is equal to minus of integration infinity to r E dot dr. So using this formula, you can also calculate the potential due to a point charge, means the work done to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to the given point. So all these things are interrelated. So this is another expression which gives us the relation between electric potential and electric field. The first expression is E vector equal to minus dv by dr vector, and from this expression we derived this expression. So students, hopefully you have understood today's lecture, whatever we have discussed about the relation between electric field and electric potential. If you have any kind of doubt, then you can ask me in the comment section and I will be happy to answer, or I will to clear your doubts. So we'll again meet in the next class. So till then, have a nice day and bye bye.